Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Total War Rome 2 Dividing at Impera as Rome. The invasion continues as we push westward along the African coastline. However, we're starting to see pockets of resistance popping up. Brothers in arms of Carthage, not necessarily allies, but possibly united by a common cause, their hatred for Rome, though we've never done nothing to them. If anything, I was trying to liberate these guys out from under the Carthaginian yoke. And yet we have the Lusitani firmly in Carthaginian territory, looking to cross over, perhaps, and the Vitonis in a similar situation. Now, just to double check things here, I don't think I can see if they've got a military access agreement. Oh, interesting. The capital of Carthage is on Little Island. Right, well, they're definitely not allies. We can take that to the bank. The Illyricovones are, so these guys, that's interesting. Military allies. No more client states under Carthage, so that's good. Yeah, so if we were in Carthage right now, we can check their perspective to the Lusitani. We can see treaties with Carthage, 16. That could just be trade. It could be military access. Similar things here, 23 for the Vitoni. So we'll have to assume, you know, roleplay-wise, that they've given the military access, and it's in Carthage's interest to do that. The Iberian tribes have been mobilized. Now, we defeated the Catuli in the last episode as well, so we've pushed them back. We're going to be rushing towards Rutubis and also to Tingi. I'm just a bit torn at the moment whether or not I should wait for the Lusitani to come to us, fight on the bridge perhaps, while we wait for Brutus, who has a fairly speedy army, and see if he can get up to do a two-pronged attack around roughly the same time. This way we get to stay at Siga, convert the culture a little bit longer, you know, but, you know, I kind of want to get moving a bit. Now, we also just gained a client state down here, but this presents an interesting... what's the word? It's not necessarily my dilemma, but as they act against Egypt, we may be drawn into a conflict down here. And in some ways, you could say, like, well, we orchestrated it, it's perfect, this is what we want, but I gotta be honest, I don't really want it. Egypt are a very large faction, and not that I'm put off by that, it just means fighting one faction again for a very long time. Whereas we could have instead gone for something like the RDA, and before you know it, you're hitting, like, lots of other tribes. This would be very much a one-faction, long-haul type of military conflict. However, it would be good. They've got navies, they've got armies. It would be good. They seem to be strong, so that's interesting. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. For now, we'll just stay stationed down here. And, yeah, we can go into patrol stance here as well. Right, let's just go through the list of characters and see what I have and have not moved since last playing. It's been a little while for me. Today is the Ides of March. It's still too soon to talk about it. Okay, you know, did a little pilgrimage to Rome. Visited your boy's place of death. Shed a little tear. No, I didn't really, but I did go there. And it was somewhat of a pilgrimage. Alright. This guy needs to deploy. Yeah, so 2 governors in the region. So what's this province actually called? Mauretania. Yeah, so 2 governors in Mauretania, 1 in Numidia. I think would be good. As we're slowly converting the culture here. We're at 43% Latin, so it's gaining. It's crossed over into be the dominant culture in all of these places. In fact, we have this map here. Do we see culture up here? No, that would be a good one. But we've got region growth, regional wealth. Obviously, Latium. Surprisingly, Caralis with 2,200. Oh, yeah, we had a bunch of banditry. I never really checked in on that. This is the current public order situation. We're at negative 28 in Sicily. But everywhere else seems good. Diplomatic status. Allies in blue. We're in yellow. Enemies in red. And then the faction ownership and political party affiliation. So the DEI, our faction, owns much of Africa. Although these are quite wealthy areas, so you wouldn't necessarily want them rising up against us. And this is colored white as well. It's a different family. Okay, good to just get a little sit rep on that. Hadn't looked at it in a while. Keep moving characters just to make sure everything's good. So our fleet. Classes 1 Ferrata. Yes, we were heading around this way to pick up ships. I actually forgot. We can recruit while we're out here. I don't necessarily need to move. As long as we're in the sea region, we can get it. Wow, my frame rate's really bad at looking at this, though. So, Quinqueremes. We said we'd just get 3 of these again to replace the 2 that we lost. We lost Firepot as well. Kind of... I'd rather remove a Trihemiola and get another Firepot than have so many of these Trihemiolas. They're quite small. I don't know if I can recruit 4 or 3, but we'll give it a shot. So, you're disbanded. See you later. Thank you for your service. Alright, yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. Firepots are fun. Okay, after the fleet, we now have classes 2. Minerva, raiding away. Doing well. Led by Fullo. Don't have to worry about these guys. Oh, it's nice seeing all these heavy star generals out here. So, Legio 2 Magna Graecia, they've moved. Legio 1 Latium under Libo. He's chilling down here. Legio 4 Africa, heading west. Able to upgrade. Replenishing at the moment. Morale for all units during battles in foreign territory. 10% of the number of battle captives. Yes. And then Engines of War, Garrison Auxilia. We'll do Engines of War, seeing as they're frontline. I mean, I guess it always shifts around, but generally, yeah. 10% income from looting settlements. We could give them... Yeah, go down that chain. Try it out for a bit. Why not? Increase missile attack range for all units. Yeah, sure. Well, I should have probably checked your army. Not the best in terms of missiles. We've got some, though. I mean, actually, adding range to Velites is actually quite a powerful thing to do. Alright, other army doesn't need to move either. We could put this one in patrol stance. Not that they really need it, but it does make your upkeep a little less. Alright, I think that's it. Nothing else to look at. We have 60 grand right now. And we did pay off a few factions or give them a few gifts to get them in our favor, including the Cantabri, who are at war with a bunch of people out here. So I'm kind of hoping they gain, just for the roleplay and the fun of it, supporting our people who are aligned with our interests, I guess you could say. Anything else going on that we need to be aware of? I don't think so. I think we're good. Alright, let's end it.
The softer rains of peace.
Peace with the Cthulhu, you know, I'd like to do it, but just the culture change means that's just not going to happen. I mean, would they do it for a client state status? 24 grand client state peace? No? Well, too bad. You're the one that started on me, remember? I think. Alright, son comes of age. Agrippa Caesonius Mus. Ludi Plebii. Alright, 20% wealth from culture and 4 public order. We're nearly at the 20 grand per turn mark. Which means, actually, we might be ready to raise that other legion we talked about. Speaking of sons coming of age, we had Fullo here. So, someone else come of age. Little Mus here. Agrippa Caesonius Mus. Yeah, we had the old Gnaeus Sergius Agrippa. Famously one of our... I think he's our only general that's died in battle. Excuse me. Sir, what do you got? Pietas or Pietas? This pious man is seen to be obeying the gods in all things. A reduction in religious building construction costs and an increased wealth from culture. He's histrionic, sentimental, melodramatic, flamboyant. Extra growth, a reduction in penalties to local foreign cultures, but a reduction in morale for defensive battles and an increase to construction costs by 8%. Gifted leader, though. 1 authority and 2 gravitas. Starts at a higher command trait tier. He's not bad. Might find use for him yet, but yeah, he's only 15. He's actually older than Fullo then, is he? I know they're both 15. It's weird the way he came of age when he's 15 and yet Fullo when he's 14. This guy's a little bit, only barely, but a little bit more suited for military conquest. So we've only got 1 more general slot at the moment. 7 out of 8 armies, so we'll probably go with him. Yeah, we could raise a legion in Rome, I guess. When is the next reform? Turn requirements, turn 100, Imperium 5. So, we're at Imperium 4, we're halfway to 5, and I'm at turn 91, I think. So, okay, we're on track, really, if we just take a few more settlements. Because it'd be nice to raise a fresh legion with him, with the new reformed units. That's what I was thinking. And they draw from a different population class, so it makes sense. Alright, yeah, didn't really see what's going on over here. Where's our spy? Might bring her down, seeing as the crossing is probably going to be a hot zone of activity. Well, you don't see anything now, but maybe they crossed over. We don't see the Lusitani right now, so I'll wait 1 more turn. She revealed a Lusitani army over this way. That's a different one, though. There's no way they would have gone that far in 1 turn. It does seem like things are mobilizing against me. How very interesting. We could have a little peek up at Ars. Illicrivones are up there. And maybe a Tarico. Under construction. Multiple things are building out there. Okay. Yeah, we wait. We just continue to wait. These guys have phalanx and stuff, so you're best poised to defend the bridge for now. The other guys, they could just stay in our region. It all covers the same province anyway. Ooh, look at that movement. That's good. That's what we like to see. Luckily, none of our guys have been assassinated yet. There's an assassin right here. Enemy warlord. Can't get in front of them. Let's just move our guy out of the way. Bit better. Can we go further? No? Okay. Our advance has been halted. Right, so we'll just wait there. No big deal. Should I... Oh no, he's already got a thing. I keep forgetting, you can embed these guys. It might be worth doing. If the army dies though, they die. That's the only risk. But if you're in the army, you get certain benefits. Although it depends what I've clicked. Certain things can be like when embedded in army, but I actually don't see that. Maybe I just never clicked it for these guys. Just check this one as well. I feel like there was one guy I did do that for. Extra unit replenishment. That might be if you're in the army, actually. And then increase security if you're going to get attacked. So I tell you what, you can hop in to this one. Why not? Just for a little bit of... Oh yeah, I think the upkeep changes as well. Let's just have a look. Military administration reduces the upkeep of all units in the parent army via their financial knowledge and people skills. Yeah, interesting. Right, that's good to know. If we're in this area anyway, and I'm not too worried about the whole army dying, might be worth throwing them in. Right, the Garamantians, they've backed off, although they're raising troops. Yeah, this is a perfect little place for them to go. Don't see Egypt at the moment, other than that one army there, fleet. This one, we're going to bring it down closer to LPQY. Do we still have elephants? We do, yeah. Alright, nice. Oh, we're being spied on. A brave of the king, so a warlord or an assassin type character. Champion, I think they're called in this game. Yes. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Our fleet's still replenishing. I think they're fine to kind of start moving now. Ooh, what about Sparta? Sparta tried to give us a non-aggression pact in between turns. Be curious to see, like, would you ever...
For the sake of friendship that has been and friendship to come, greetings.
I'd love to get some people in the fold, but I don't know who I could go for. Like, we've got Epirus, we have Koinonton Aetolan. Like, maybe Rhodes? One of the reasons I don't really want to do that to Rhodes is because there's a wonder here, and if we capture it, you know, it's better for us. But it could be kind of cool to have a coalition of client states that are all Greek.
You have my ear for your speech, and if it profits my people...
I think no one's going to do it unless they're in some serious trouble. So, maybe the Cantabri... Seeing as we just gave them gifts and made them like us. Just try that one extra faction here.
I look forward to your wisdom, but I trust you will not object to a cup of wine.
No. Even 50 grand, you know, they're like, nah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just wondering what to do with this fleet then. It's tempting to go down into these waters and just kind of spy on Egypt and see where they're moving, just for recon more than anything, but I suppose really what we should do is come up here just so I can catch any fleets that are trying to come over to Italy. I think that's the safer thing to do, just for any setbacks. So yeah, we'll just commit to that. I'm gonna move my other spy that's up north, and we're gonna try and move into Gaul territory because we've never seen up there before. See what's been going on. Ooh, Coria has fallen to Massalia. We just looked at that in the last episode, I think. And that was Ardean. I was noting that they seem to be snaking around, but they've lost a piece of their territory. Ooh, and we do see a full stack army now. I've been trying to look out for these RDA armies, and we haven't really been able to see any. I wonder, did they win the conflict at sea? It looks like they didn't. These guys are battered and weak, but I don't see the RDA fleet anymore, so... Looks like they may have won that one. Actually, there is a fleet here, so who knows? Hard to tell, hard to tell. I think they had a bigger fleet, though. Surprised the Massalians are there at all. You know, you could make the argument that while they're busy fighting each other, it's our time to capitalize on it and push against them. Maybe when we get those reforms, we'll raise a legion and we'll just go aggressive in the north. And take advantage of both sides being a bit weaker. Right, I don't think there's anything for me to do then. I'm really just waiting on Brutus to come up in Africa. The fleets and everything have moved. They're in the new location. All that's good. We've patrolled stance. Buildings. That would make sense. And I didn't look at any event messages. Construction report. Siga. Arretium. Oh, a small town in Arretium. Nice. I guess maybe when it got raided, it was set back behind the others a little bit. So we're still waiting on growth in this place generally. Shipwright report on seasonal conditions. Populations are changing. Yeah, so we saw that Sicily is kind of unhappy, right? -16 for public order. That's really rough. We do have these buildings, which are causing a lot of squalor. And I think there's disease right now, right? I think that was something we saw earlier. So let's see. We have a plague in Panormus, so -10 public order, and a plague in Acragus. Not sure what I can do about that, other than just wait it out. Although there is... high squalor here. Okay, because they're in trouble, I think we'll get rid of the auxiliary camp and build an aqueduct for... But that, see, I think squalor and sanitation only works per a region. Like, that's why each region has its thing. I'll just see if I can check just one other place that has one. Yeah, so here. Oh, it says regions in this province. Okay, oh, that's good. Never mind then. I guess it works for all. Yeah, so we'll definitely build that. I think they need it. If we're going to sustain these fisheries, I guess they need to. But if we can expand further, we can get the auxiliary barracks back in the future. Alright, so we'll get rid of that next turn. Try to sort these guys out with some clean water and ease the spread of the plague. Will be good. We're making money across the board. 17,000 is coming from Rome. You could pretty much say that our entire income surplus is from Rome. Or Latium. Alright, we'll end the turn. Sorry for taking a while. It's just trying to be buttoned up and make sure everything's all good, which I think it is. As long as we're moving Brutus over, we're progressing. Alright, conflict of the orders. Rumor has it that a patrician senator regularly dips his fingers into the city's tax revenue in order to enrich himself. Soon after, the plebs rise in anger and gather at the forum. We must act quickly. So, of course, whatever we do against the patricians, we've learned that it basically hurts the political loyalty of them. The loyalty should be still pretty high from all the battles we've been winning, although that being said, it has been a few turns. But I'd be willing to go with the people. So rebuke the accusations. The man is blameless. Speak in favor of the senator. Fellow Romans, I've known him since he was wounded in the wars. Investigate. Yep. Let's investigate it. Alright, new political election. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Like, in this game by default in vanilla, one turn is 1 year, but in Divide et Impera, 4 turns is 1 year. So I guess when they use that person was a consul, maybe it does only last 4 turns and you get like a nice benefit. It's something well, I say struggling with. I'm not actually making a game, but in my head when I've tried to design a Roman game, in terms of time moving by, I think it's really difficult to have a character that is your consul for only 1 year, or 2 consuls. 2 characters, because 1 year it's like so quick in game terms. If you want to see any progression on the map, you kind of have to go over a longer period of time. So Imperator Rome did it where it was like they're in charge for 5 years, although they also did it where there was only 1 consul, which just wasn't very good. But yeah, I wonder if something like that is, I don't know how you do it. Either slow the game way down so that you do have time, like, you know, 15-20 minutes in a year. But then, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's just one of those little problems I've been always wondering about. How do you work on time in a game like this? If you want to have political events, if you're making an Imperator Rome style game, like a real-time map thing, it's difficult to have that happen and have meaningful land grabs that aren't too unrealistic over, you know, periods of time. Anyway, stuff I'm trying to think about. Right, still don't see these guys. Our spy can cross over now and just check what's going on. And if they say that the way is clear, we'll start moving. Oh ho! There we are. Found them. These are masters of ambush, by the way. So it was wise to wait and just see. Just in case. I mean, they're in a fort, so we'd be okay. But the Catuli are sitting there in front. We can take them out and then go for the fort. Have a little battle. These guys are here now as well. I'd say let's do both. But before we commit to that move, I just want to see... construction report. So Siga has got 2 things to build. Yeah, we can handle that for food. The other thing I wanted to check was the temples. The Medicus could go up a level. Don't want to do that. The main settlements can go up though. We do want to do that. At Capsa, it's an allied state right now. A Romanized provincial capital, a Latin Rites capital, or an allied capital. Part of me thinks just for the roleplay of it, we should do allied capital. We get some unique troops here later on, once we unlock them. Legionari, Cohars Legionaria, and then Legionarii Capite Sensei. Capite Sensei. I can vaguely remember them saying that. Marian Volunteer Legionaries. By the way, I haven't replied to this person. Sorry to put them on blast. Someone reached out to me and said, like, hey, I can help you with pronunciation if you want. I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for it, but other than I'm actually just not that interested in how things are really pronounced. And I'm sorry that it annoys people who are. Yeah. I just don't. I just read it as is, and say it whatever. It just doesn't really bother me, because I just feel like it's a never-ending thing. Like, we say Caesar, but back then they would have said Kaiser, right? I think, like a harsh K, but we just accept that Caesar's okay. Some people say, like, we say Japan, but it's like, well, they don't call it Japan. I think they call it like Nippon or something. It's like, well, where does it end? You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stupid about it, but to me, it's like, we get it. We know what I'm saying. Anyways, because I'm not speaking Latin. I'm speaking... Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right, we have Silanus here, our governor, our young man. Look at him with his little helmet on and everything. So, this is our second-born son. We've given him the governorship of the province of Africa. He's only like 15 as well. Maybe 16 now or something, right? So, yeah, he's 16. Good loyalty, or ambition, I mean. And some gravitas building already. So yeah, let's give them things that will really benefit this place. It's typically the orange chain for the most part. Negative construction costs. Anything else in here? This would be... So, skilled tactician, capable bureaucrat, commander of men. So I think it's rightful sovereign and this one that does really well together. So increased public order, rightful sovereign, and then we'll go down this chain as well. Capable bureaucrat, and then we'll expand it in the future for him. Anything that can help out the region monetarily, or public order wise, or cost wise, for reducing what's it called, like construction costs would be great. So a watch goose hiss gives, I don't know what that's about, but yeah, extra 2 public order, chance of evading agents, all good by me. Just quickly glance over these. Minor bonus to diplomacy with all factions, cultural affinity. Seems to make sense to have that there. Not that it matters where you put it, but it would be good to give it to him if you don't need anything else. +4 public order from military presence, reduction in banditry, but a reduction in growth. I don't want that. I find growth is actually one of the harder things to come by now. Negative 15% temple construction costs in the province, and general building costs is -8. So that's pretty good, but you lose money from mines. Yeah, let's do it. A publican. How about you pay those taxes, and I'll see what can be done about getting the temple rebuilt. Indeed. Because this place would be building temples. Well, kind of. As we upgrade, we'll need bigger temples anyway, so the cost being reduced is good, and -8% costs in general is good. Although a lot has been built already. But we can get this up to level 3 once you get some text done. Our next technology, by the way, we've been long investing into this one. It's like 20 turns or more. It's going to increase loyalty by 8, increase influence, increase tax rate by 6%. I don't know if it's a further 6 on top of the 4 if it replaces that, but either way, extra public order, and then a reduction in empire maintenance. That's why I went with it. So I'd be fine stopping there because that one took so long, and then we can start investing in things that would get us our next tier of buildings and really, really push the economy then. But then we can do some more military stuff. I feel like our military is quite strong. The cavalry may be a bit weak for my play style. I feel like I'm letting them go a bit weak. Ah, yes, and we can get the aqueduct built now. Cool. Sorry for taking a while with that. And we also have one more trait to give that guy. Or additional thing, whatever it's called, retinue. So, let's see. -3 banditry in the local province. Or extra public order. Is there banditry here? Is it particularly bad? It's 0 banditry right now. -48 from the characters that we have. I guess that's because of the armies down here as well. Makes sense. You don't have banditry when you've got armies roaming about. Yeah, we can give him the public order one. I feel like he doesn't need any of it. Everything's good right now, so we'll leave that slot empty because we could use it somewhere else. Anyway, again, apologies for taking a while. I know I ramble on. But I like to get immersed to make sure I'm doing everything alright. Alright, so we're going to go for a battle against the Lusitani. It's our first one. We'll have to just bat the Gaetuli out of the way first. So we'll go normal stance. Just walk forward. I guess we have to walk to about there. Bring the other army up behind us. They're full strength now, which is good. Yeah, let's just do this. Okay, cool. Oh my god, I can't believe they're actually able to reach that. That's really... It seems like their zone of control wouldn't go that far. Good. I'm not going to complain about it. We'll just move it a little bit further. Alright, let's go. They might back away as well. Ah, cowards. Right, well, we could just kill the Gaetuli. Just defensive stance. Just knock them down. See you later. Did we lose anything? We lost 4 men. Damn. What a way to go. You know, you get this far in Africa, and you go down like that. Right, well, these two are still together, so that's good. This army isn't grayed out, though it should be. Grayed out means that you have no more moves left. Now they are. Good. All right, and then we can move Brutus up and around. He's going to do his solo mission towards the Cthulhi. Excellent. Sorry that we didn't get to fight a battle. They might go against us, though, next turn, or they might retreat back. We'll see what they do. Experts in guerrilla warfare, those guys. So I expect them to go into ambush stance, but maybe not. I don't know if the AI does that, or if it's just their, general troops try to do that. Right, so with another fleet here, the two fleets combined could go against Ibosim. Do a few raids. With these extra troops on board now, we might get on okay. So let's do that. We're going to send them in here. We'll keep our fleets together. Keep raiding. Macedon are hovering around for some reason. They're far from home. Alright, cool. The fleets are together. One is raiding, and then we're going to make a play for Ibosim. We did see that they do have 16 garrison, but I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they'd be pretty weak, and we've got a good amount of marines. We've got artillery on the other ship. Classiarii. A few quinqueremes, yeah? It's okay. Alright, we'll give it a shot. Just see what the auto-resolve tells us. Alright, it's ended again. I, again, don't think there's anything left to do. I'll just quickly dash around the various buildings. We could upgrade Capsa. Isn't that what I just said? Yeah, and I never picked actually what it was going to be. Let's do an allied capital for the... I'll do a Romanized provincial capital. I think for the... the role play, I wouldn't do that right now. That's what another thing I'd love to do is like design a system where you have to give like legal rights to your different provinces and stuff. Oh. Can someone just give me like a bunch of money so I can make this? Alright, let's end the turn. Oh, character Strabo. I'm announcing my Kickstarter. I've got absolutely nothing other than ideas and some loose experience in game development. But I promise you, I'll make it happen. Would be good to get a little prototype up. And then I maybe could do a Kickstarter, get Hooded Horse to back me or something, who knows. Let's go. Oh, we've been attacked. Oh. Macedon. That's so interesting. We have a common enemy. I didn't realize they're at war with Carthage. So I have the option to not take part in this. That will really annoy Macedon. I don't want to take part in it because I don't want them to win. They'll take the town or raid it or something. I'm here to raid it. But that's interesting. I didn't realize that they were at war. They've only got 2 ships, so I don't think so. Sorry. Oh, they die as well. I feel so bad. It's so silly because they're like committing to that fight, assuming we're gonna just help them. It's like, well, you can't dictate the terms of the fight.
The sword was drawn, but now it is blooded. End this feud. We offer peace today.
The only way I can give you peace
tomorrow
is if you get peace with my client, and I can't make you do that. I can demand that you become my client, and I'll give you loads of money. How about that? Moderate. Interesting. Well, look at this in the next turn. I want to see more about them. If they've got 2 towns, then sure. If they've only got 1, maybe not. But we just pissed off Macedon. They'll still be at war with each other. But again, it's like another reason to go there, you know? Alright, research complete. Consensual contracts. The need for cavalry. Cavalry recruitment or horsemanship. Experience for all cavalry recruits in all provinces. Yes. We could start to raise the next legion then, maybe. Get some cavalry with some experience by default. Right, so that's done. A child has died. Flavia Tulla. Oh, no. Can't say I knew the name. Alright, liberated. Oh, Sardis are back. How unusual. So, who did that? Pontus, I guess. Pontus took this area and liberated? Wow. But they're the ones that destroyed them. Or maybe, actually, Egypt are. But they were definitely at war with each other. I remember looking at that. Oh my god, so much stuff all the time. Right, so Pontus are out there waging war in Pergamon. Hey, Pergamon are our valued trade ally. I don't know what I can do, but if I give Pergamon a load of money, maybe they can fight back. I don't want Pontus taking over Asia Minor. That would suck. Let's give him some money to help him out.
May Hermes bless us both with skillful
Will it help them out? I don't
that
know.
We may speak our part.
But maybe. It's the only thing I can do. Yeah, so Sards. That's an interesting one. You're not a client. You have your military ally is Pergamon. I'm so confused how this has come to be. Because the... Where is that message? I don't see it anymore. Liberated. The icon here makes me think like they did it, but maybe not. Maybe Pergamon came in and liberated it out of a Pontus territory. That must be it, right? I'm sorry if you guys are 2 steps ahead of me here, but I'm just trying to figure out what happened there. I'm very interested. And if that's the case, it means that the Pergamese, if that's what you call it, army is around here somewhere. It might come back and challenge Pontus. Interesting stuff happening over there. I'm glad to see Stard's back. Maybe we can help them out as well.
I give you welcome.
I wish I could say go to war with these guys and we'll give you money.
Our meeting, so that all may profit.
There you go. That's a load of money. I can't do any less though, but sure, have it. We're swimming in cash.
Your
I'm happy
words
to
bring satisfaction.
sow some diplomatic seeds that hopefully will bear fruit in the future. All right, looks like the Garamantians have finally got their full stack and are probably going to move against Augila. Which in a way is a good... It's like, hey, our territory is growing, but it does mean that you either get this entire province or nothing at all, because I don't want to share culture. The very last thing I was just thinking of mentioning, which is like making a prototype for like an Imperator Rome-esque type game is like the hardest thing to do. But once that prototype is built, then it'd be super... like then I could come in and do all the other stuff. I can build the gameplay on top. I'm just not very good at like coding for low-level code, which is like engine coding and setting everything up. That's the hardest thing to do. That's why I can't get anything off the ground, because it's really difficult. But once it's off the ground, then it's like, if you gave me this game with access to the code, I'd be like, yeah, now I can go in. Or Imperator Rome or something like that. Because I'm like a gameplay programmer, not a engine programmer. All right. I guess we just push again. Are they going to bring in Tingy? Nope. By the looks of things, no. Right, let me just go through these messages because we got so much here. Unseasonal conditions, we don't really care about that now that we know what they do, and we're so vast, what can we do about it? War declared between Egypt and Pontus. Construction report in Isle. 2 things have been built there, and Carthon. So all in this province, basically, is getting stuff completed. We'll keep building this up. Negative public order and squalor in the region. That's alright. We've got fountains and things. I don't think we need to develop the temples any further. We'll start removing these and building extra food or something else soon. Once the aqueduct gets done here, we'll build it up. Outraged populace in Sicily. I know. I'm trying. It's down to -4 now, so it's at -80, but overall -4 change. So maybe we'll send you to organize games. Make them happy. You can only send 1 person to do it, so it's 10 public order. So we'll be gaining for 1 turn. What are you doing down there, Scipio, man? Your province is rebelling, or it's on the verge of rebellion. You better get it straight. Better get your act together. Yeah, so we can start doing more civil things now. Wealth from agriculture and reduction in agricultural building costs. We'll just click that for now. Improved irrigation. The alternative would be... No, we don't need to do that. Civil. 8 turns for either of these. Wealth from all industry. Increased population. Enables building of a fire watch and a tile factory or a stone cutter. -1 provincial capital minor settlement main chain construction times. Oh, actually, yeah. And then you get it the next turn over, actually. I don't know if I really need it then, because I think all my towns are level 3, pretty much. And some of them... It'll help with getting level 4, though, I suppose. I like the agriculture one, though. Just a little extra income. And a reduction in cost of building farms, which we're going to be doing more of. It's only 4 turns as well. It's nice and quick. Would be good to build more libraries, actually. We've only got 1 or 2. They cost food. Yeah. You can only do it in the main city settlements as well. Just looking around at which one could do with it. Capsa. Do we need an auxiliary barracks out here? Yes, I guess so. It is a frontline kind of province. So is Africa. Well, yeah, Africa is towards Egypt. Anyway, alright, we'll leave it there. Let's go and fight.
We hunger for battle.
Can you do something? Army sabotage, prevent them moving or something. Sabotage supplies. 38% positive income. Give it a shot.
I will see it done.
Oh, no. Well, she's okay. She'll be back.
At your command.
She hasn't been trained in this kind of stuff. Right. Who should we go with? Regulus has 2 stars. Strabo has 3. Let's do Strabo. He's more infantry focused.
Commander.
And we can run up with some of the cavalry and a reinforcing army. They're probably just going to back off again, but maybe not. Maybe not.
On the move. Is that all?
For death and honor!
Cowards.
For Rome!
Absolute cowards.
Ready for
Right, we can still reach them with the other army.
Commander.
We'll get them. If we want to stay away from the town. But if the town comes into it, so be it.
command. Leave none alive.
No town involved. Oh my god. Well, we don't need to fight it clearly based on this, but I want to see these troops, you know? I want to see them. The Lusitani. Anytime you're fighting a faction for the first time, gotta see it. And I think the auto-resolve is going to get crazier and crazier as our troops get more and more experience. It gets really out of whack, but obviously, yeah, we do dominate numbers and everything, but we'll just check them out. Alright, super foggy. Don't want that. There we go. Alright, we'll just start moving with the first army. Again, we want to minimize casualties so that we could at least... Yeah, actually, I was going to say that we're going to run forward with these guys, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be an asshole. We're going to bring the two armies together. The reason being, you know, the town is just off the corner from us, and then we have another place to go to as well. We want to begin the invasion of Iberia, so minimizing casualties as best as we can is good to allow us to keep up the momentum, keep moving forward. Alright, we got a little bit of movement from the Lusitani, but it looks like they're just correcting their position. This is what we got. What a cool matchup that we have here. I love this screen as well. I think it's so cool. Always reminds me of like those history videos you see on YouTube and stuff of generals and stuff moving around, or armies. Alright. Just trying to think of how we can position our archers effectively against what they've got. They've just got skirmishers. I don't think they've got any super long range. Slingers would be maybe slightly. I'll just keep nudging our way up. We're pretty close, but we can go a little further. And the skirmish cav, the Numidian cav, can run out a little wider, I think.
As you wish. Forward.
One of them has been spotted. Okay, it's fine.
Are your orders?
They have a kind of a natural stealth
You say.
that even if they're in the line of sight, they're not like super exposed as much as like regular troops would be. Alright, we have our first takers. You can see they're backing off automatically. They will throw while moving, I think. And the archers are firing on them. Lusitani light missile cavalry. We'll see how we get on.
War elephant.
Given the order to actually attack, but will they continue to run?
Lydian cavalry.
Alright, looks good. Might have to run these guys back. Let's deploy the line. Oh, I don't think we're going to get in quick enough. Quickly! Well, they'll still hit into that spear unit. Good charge, though. Good job. I mean, they really did hit that archer unit. The archer unit is also a spear unit, so it's not that bad.
Missile infantry.
Alright. Sorry you took a little bit of a beating. Just keep falling back. You're okay. And you guys just reform if you can a little bit. Now, we need to obviously fire on
Missile infantry.
those guys, and we could start to close the gap with them, actually. Let's distract them for a bit.
Ready and waiting. Commander.
Oh my god, the amount of missiles just flying between everybody now. So cool. How do we do over there? We did great. Let's keep moving. Same with these. Shout out to skirmish mode. Maybe I should use it more often. I normally, in my old days of playing the game, would experience them running in directions I really did not want them to go. So I'm quite hesitant of using it a lot of the time. Now, the Ligurians, where are they? They're here. Let's see if we can start to wrap them around the side, and we'll bring our elephants in for shock. Gonna keep these guys here, you're totally fine. Just fall back for a sec. They should definitely have guard mode on, actually, thinking about it, so they don't chase if their unit that they're trying to attack starts to run.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, good by me. Alright, Turini, get moving.
Commander. Are your commanders? Orders.
Alright, cavalry's wrapping around the back, no problem. Turn off skirmish mode now, I want you to get involved. They're throwing onto these guys. Just noticing a few of them getting knocked down there. Oh, excellent. They are the shock cavalry. It might be a terrible idea to engage them, but they're so weak, I'm hoping we get away with it. Speaking of shock, let's bring those elephants in. Get these guys to start firing as well. Okay, I made the right choice. They did break. They did lose some men, though, so maybe it wasn't fully the right move. I don't know. Almost don't want some of these guys to throw, just in case. Alright, those guys are definitely going to break. Elephants are in a not a great charge, admittedly, but they're in. Bring them here and we'll smash into this unit as well. Oh, my archers ran through, did they? Oh, no, it's the Numidian cavalry. Whoops. Pull them back. Oh, yeah, they hit into the general. I did target these guys initially, but my bad. Get in there. Fuck them up. Might want to tell missiles to stop firing now. There's less of them on the map and there's more of us, so we'll only kill our own men. Let's start the flank from the Turini. Continue with these guys. These three skirmish units, they can run that way. Maybe go for the general. Keep falling back. You keep falling back. You keep falling back. Hit these guys. Don't let any of them get away. Alright, so 3 Velites units aiming at their general. The general's chasing our cav, so I don't mind going for them instead. Not much to do with these guys. I guess we could just step forward a little bit. Elephants are okay. They are embroiled in combat against sword units, but I think they'll be alright. Yeah, just stay there then. You're okay. You're doing great. Alright, get involved. And that's it. Just chase these guys down just a little bit. We do have full envelopment on them. Again, my rule, generally speaking, is if they don't have a natural path away from me, I'm going to chase them. Or, you know, kill them, block them down. Cheers amongst the Turini. I love the Turini. Brought them all the way from South Italy. They're loving it out here in North Africa. Kind of hitting our own men there a little bit, lads. So, could we chill? Chill on the fire at will, maybe? It's probably the infantry that actually need to chill. They're the ones probably throwing. One of my units is about to break. There we go. It's more like it. Alright, GG. Like seeing the guys cheering and stuff. It's always good. Alright, GG. Little first battle with the Lusitani. Obviously easy. We heavily outnumbered them and out-experienced them in many ways, but good to get a flavor of what they're all about. Alrighty. Easy enough. We only lost 439. Some men from the Principe units. The Turini leveling up. Love to see it. The Elephants leveling up, which is nice. The Numidian Cav took a bit of damage. They seem to have taken the most damage, actually. And some of the Libyan infantry. They lost pretty much everything except for 2 units. Good night.
Your next command, march.
Alright, well, we're poised to now assault Tingi, or at least begin the siege. It'll have to be next turn, though, unfortunately. We're just out of range. So we'll wait. 1 turn.
At your command.
As long as we're in range of each other, I'll just make sure of that.
At once.
We should be fine. Movement range, line of sight. It's good. Reduction in mercenary recruitment. Kind of tempted to get that too. Pushing into Iberia. This guy's heavily relying on mercenaries. Yeah, sure. Why not? Something different. And increased replenishment rate, which is nice. And reduce that further. 10% reduction in cost. Okay, cool. Brutus is on his way to Rutubis to deal with the Cthulhi. I think he can handle it on his own. He's got a good army. Hastati maybe not so much, but generally speaking, everyone's pretty good. They must have taken a little damage crossing the desert. Sometimes that happens, I think, when you cross a patch of attrition. Because they're down to about 186 out of 200. And they all have an even amount. So that makes me think, yeah, I must have... sometimes the pathfinding will do that. Like, they'll say, like, oh, like, I'll be here. And they're clicking to go there. But they might cross, like, the bits of not follow the road directly, and it's kind of a shame. But oh well. Not that big of a deal. They'll still be fine. It's to be expected on this harsh terrain, I suppose. I know some people may be thinking, just go to war with Egypt, right? Bring your 2 armies together. Take the towns ahead of the Garamantians. I don't know. It's so risky being that aggressive. We make a lot of money from Egypt. I am interested in Asia Minor, though, just hopping up there. But again, Egypt controlled a bunch of that. They are busy fighting Pontus now, I suppose. I'll think about it. We've got another turn, I think, or a couple turns of, recruit 2 experience rank. So I'm definitely going to get that general in and start recruiting some cavalry just to get the improved experience on them. That'd be good. Right, so these guys don't need to do anything there. That's all done. We don't need to do any building. We did that. I think that's pretty much it. So we'll end the turn and then we'll just end the video, I think. Because I don't think there's anything left to do. Could be wrong. Canis is upgraded. That's our governor in Italy. Food and growth commercial stimulation edict. Boom. Do they have that edict on at the moment? No, they have import food on. That's weird. Oh, for the growth. Yeah. Man, we'd make so much money turning on commercial stimulation, but I do need the growth for a while, so we'll just invest ahead of time on that, I suppose. Reduction in banditry. Construction costs, negative 16%. Wow. Anything for growth that we can just get in here? I don't think so. No, I didn't mean to do that. That was a waste. 10% chance of evading enemy agents. Why did I ever click that? Oh, I think you need it to get down to the blue chain, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, right. Yeah, let's just end the turn. I think that'll be it. Oh, yeah, just the agents need to move. There's the Iceni here. Wow. Okay. They are deep into Gaul. Wow. Did not expect that. Had no idea. That's really far down. So the Iceni, they're like Britain, basically. So for them to be crossed over, that's one thing. For them to be so far down, it's kind of impressive. RDA with a full stack here. Go on, do it. Go take Medlin. That's what we're all hoping for. RDA fleet chasing down that Massalian fleet, perhaps. Good to see. Oh yeah, there they are. The other agent, oh yeah, she was wounded. So we can only have 2. Yeah. All right, let's end the turn there and see the situation, and then we'll end the video. All right, increase in rank for governor. People have returned for missions. Conflict of the orders. Content plebs. So we made the plebs happy. Extra wealth from industry and agriculture and increased public order, but negative 8 loyalty for all political parties. Increase of empire maintenance for 3% and negative 3% tax. I think we can handle it politically. Yeah, loyalty is fine. Something I was thinking of as well, actually, as we get to... Ooh, we've got another battle ahead of us here. That's going to be fun. Yeah, so things are looking interesting, right? We have a Rutubus or Gatuli army right in front of us. We have a Carthaginian army that's now inside this town. So we'll have the 2 stacks lay siege to that for a couple of turns. We have the 2 navies here that I forgot. One of them's taking attrition. They need to dock. But we could make it an attempt on it, Boston. What I was really hoping was just to get money out of it. And then I was thinking we can actually bring the fleet around to help Brutus as he gets down there, because he'll probably have to deal with this and it'll take 1 more turn, and the fleet could probably get there. So I think I would actually dock this one for a turn so we stop taking attrition, and then try to bring this one around. It should take 3 turns to get there. But it was more in the case that they might have 2 armies. The fact that we're able to defeat 1 here, I think, means that that won't be the case. Alright, so lots of stuff to think about and ponder in between episodes before we commit to it next turn, or next video. Faction destroyed the Helvetii. Those guys, again, would be... Helvetii are usually actually in the mountains or somewhere around here. Oh yeah, look at that. The Iceni are now in the Alps. Wow. Crazy. Alright, cool. It's cool to see the factions getting big. Alright, that's going to have to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, I will see you in the next one.